So many years ago, my marriage fell apart. I was left with a little boy who was only less than 2 months old, and it took me a while to get back on my feet. But while I was there, I noticed something that I lost my friends. I lost the people I knew who were my friends, or the phone stopped ringing, no one was calling me. Only a handful of people kept in touch. Only a handful of people actually came to see me because I had to move from where I was living at the time. I had to go back to my parents' place, and only a handful of people came to see me. And those are the friends that I have remained and kept till now. And the reason I decided to do this video is because it taught me what it means to have a real friend, and who real friends are, and who fake friends are, unfortunately. And this video is not meant to pit you against your friends in any way, shape, or form. It is not meant to create an enmity between you and your friends. The whole point of this video is to just give you awareness, because life is unpredictable. You don't know when something will happen to you, and you need to know who's gonna be in your corner when that time comes. Okay, so I'm gonna go through a list of qualities that I have tested in my own life and found to be red flags in friends. And if someone does these things to you, you can be sure that they are not a genuine friend. They are a fake friend. Number one, they cannot defend you in public because they're afraid of what other people will say. About a month ago, I went out somewhere, and two people who know each other were in the same meeting, and a random person, not a random person, someone they knew, started attacking one of these other people. And they I waited to see, whether there would be a reaction from the other friend. So you have two people here who are friends, and another person here who is talking to this other person, not a verbal attack, but not a physical attack, but a verbal attack. And this person here didn't say a word. They just sat and watched and didn't say anything. And it got me thinking about the friendship these people have. This person here says that much later, this person, after they had left the place, this person called her and asked her if she was okay. And to which this person here said, well, let's not talk about it, because if there was, you could have said something at that time. And that is what I think makes a good friendship. Someone needs to be able to protect you in public. But if they cannot protect you in public because they are afraid of what other people will say, I think they're a fake friend. I want someone who will be able to get in there with me and say, look, don't talk to my friend like that, or try and be objective. You don't really have to be combative, but you can be objective in your feedback to the person who seems to be attacking your friend. Okay, the other thing I know about a fake friend is that they will not call you. You're the one who always calls, you're the one who always texts, you're the one who always invites them, you're the only person who keeps reaching out to them for coffee catch-ups and stuff. Those people are fake friends, because guess what? Their priorities are elsewhere. They are not there with you. Their priorities are elsewhere. Point number 3 is that a fake friend does not tell others about your achievements or your projects because they see you as a threat, or they do not want other people giving you attention. So you might have something beautiful that you're working on. A fake friend will never go and tell people because they don't want their attention to be taken away from them. Okay, the other thing about fake friends is that they only reach out to you when they need something. I know someone like that. I have someone like that. The only time the phone rings, I'm pretty sure that they want to ask me for a favor. They want something. It's never, I'm calling up to check up on you. It's never that. There's always a catch. Fake friends, and we do not want fake friends there. Then the other thing about fake friends is that they do not listen to you. I have another friend like that who doesn't listen. We'll have a conversation, we'll go for, let's say we are hiking or whatever, and you're trying to talk about something, but these people just come and give their opinion, give their point of view. They just don't listen. They don't take time to listen. And I sometimes I feel like, no, I need you to listen, because I have a weight inside of me that I need to get out. Like, they just smooth out everything. They just come there and just gloss over everything. And sometimes it might be something that you really need to sit, dissect, offload nicely, talk properly about it. That is someone who is a fake friend. Real friends take time to go through the emotions you're going through, to understand where you're coming from, to understand the things that your pain points, and in fact, real friends do not assume they know the solution to your problem. Fake friends sit and ask you, how would you like me? Sorry, real friends sit and ask you, how would you like me to help you? What is it I can do? A fake friend will just sort of just go in there, say whatever they need to say, and get out of there, because they actually genuinely do not care for you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your emotions. They're actually not there with you in your situation. That is a fake friend. The other thing I know about fake friends is that they are hot and cold. What do I mean? Have you ever had someone who you spent a few hours with, whether it was at a party or a coffee catch-up or just among friends, and you bonded and gelled very well, and then you see them about a week later or even a month later, and suddenly it feels like you're being introduced for the first time. You know, the vibe around them is like, who you always gotta break the ice every single time. And I'm not talking about introduction, but the vibe. You know, there's an air of tightness that they're not seamless. It's not a smooth flow, you know, like you would expect. And unless someone has a mental health condition, in which case, okay, I understand. But normal people, that's just awkward. Maybe that's not a sign of being a fake friend, but that's just awkward, because I want consistency in my friendships. I want, and thank God I have friends that if I don't see for 3 months and we get on a call, on a WhatsApp call, we talk like we have never left, that we never left, that we always together. This is the kind of friends that I want, and I'm pretty sure these are the kind of friends you ought to have. 2 months you haven't spoken, you get together and you have a full proper conversation. And then the other thing about a fake friend is that you never know what to expect from them. And every time you feel like you can't let your guard down, you have to be extra cautious. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm not about having such friends, you know, because I don't want to waste my time. I am 43. I am not wasting a minute of my time in relationships that I have to walk on eggshells every time, because you don't know what to expect with this person again, unless they have a mental health condition. Friendships ought not to be like that. Friendships are supposed to be places of rest and replenishment, which brings me to my next point. If you have a friend that leaves a bad taste in your mouth every time you're with them, these people they're not real. They're fake friends. As I said, friendships are meant to be places of rest and replenishment. You ought to just feel like you can lay your head in that person. You can lay your head, and I don't mean physically, and not physical as well is not a bad thing, but you can be comfortable with that person, because that is how friendships are supposed to be, you know. But if you have someone who just makes you feel you don't know, you just don't makes you feel uncomfortable, I just feel like when it matters most that they show up for you, I don't know that is the person that will show up for you. I don't think so. Then another sign of a fake friend is someone who always makes very snide remarks about you. This happened to me when I lived in Dubai. I had a friend who every time it would go all well, you know, for hours, we'd have a chat, we'd talk, but in the conversation there were always remarks that were thrown, like painful things that made you think, that was uncomfortable, and I don't know what the point was, but most importantly, I don't know where it came from. And most of these times when you check, they come from jealousy. They come from a point of someone being jealous of you. I've created a video about how to tell that someone is jealous of you, and I will link it in the description box and you can have a look, because it's sometimes not easy to tell that someone is jealous of you, and a lot of people end up in situations where they have friends that they don't know are jealous of them, and they expose themselves to these friends, and they let their guards down, and it's just not a way. It's not just not a way. You just don't want to have, you just don't, I don't know about you, but I'm not about to start wasting time or with people that, you know, don't matter, you know, people that at the end of the day will not be there for me, you know, and I will not be there for them, because at the end of the day I'll have to ask myself, when I was writing these notes, I asked myself whether I am that kind of person, whether I am expecting others to give me what I don't give them. So this is also for me, and hopefully for you, at a point for you to reflect and ask yourself, are you this kind of friend? Because I had to ask myself, am I this kind of person? Because we're not about to start pointing fingers at someone without checking ourselves first. Okay, so this is something that you really need to do. And point number 10 is they project a different personality when they are in a group, different from the one they show in private. Sometime back I went out with a couple of people, and I saw a side of one of those ladies that I had never seen, and I just went home and I was thinking to myself, who is this person? Like, how come I don't know this side of you? How come I don't know this person? And it just made me question my standing with this person, because I asked myself, do I even know this person? And it's not a bad thing per se, but my desire would be to have friends who are consistent. If I know you this way, I'm more comfortable knowing that you're gonna be the same way in private that in public. The same persona you give me in private, I wanna see the same persona in public. I want consistent friendships. I don't want surprises. Okay, so why I made this video, as I said, is just to open up your eyes so you can decide for yourself, and so you can see your friends for who they are. Because at the end of the day, as I said, you can find yourself in a situation that you don't know, you know, what to expect, and you need people who will be in your corner. You need people who will be in your corner, and this is the whole point. Okay, so I shall catch you in the next video. Let me know if these things resonate with you. Please let me know what other, and everyone else watching this channel, let us know what other signs we should be looking out for fake friends, because it's the year 2025, and moving forward, we want to waste as little time with things that don't work for us, and as much time with people that work for us, and with people who are in our corner. Okay, I shall catch you in the next one. God bless.